Here we go. Ready for some cooking? Welcome back to another cooking episode. This may end up being a two-parter. I've got the old, ouch, it's hot. I forgot I had it on. The old crock pot warming up. Today I am making oxtail, which is basically just the tail sections chopped up into little vertebrae. But it's a slow cook recipe, so I'm just gonna throw it in there and let it go. And then I also have these. I picked up these just spare like bones and stuff. It was where I get my duck eggs. They just had spare bags in the refrigerator, and it said free. Take one per customer. So I grabbed one. So I'm gonna roast these in the oven and then throw those in the crock pot too. And then once the oxtail's ready, I will pull them out and I will eat that meat. And this is really good. And then after I eat the meat, I'll throw the bones back in with these and just let it go for like 2 days or something. And make some bone broth. This is pork, and that's actually obviously beef. But we're ready. I'm gonna pull that off there just for a second because it's smoking. I've got bacon grease and a combination of bacon grease and ghee. I think I showed you the ghee that I use. It's this one right here. It's pretty good. It's grass-fed. Yeah, so I got that heated up. For the oxtail, let me move this up. I'm just gonna salt and pepper it really, and usually when you sort of what's it called? Braising? Is it braising? I don't know. I'm not a real cook. I'm just winging it as usual. But when you do that in the pan, usually it calls for like a flour coating or something, but I don't use flour because I don't use that crap. Flour is toxic. I've done it without anything. But today, of course, since we're on this running theme, yay! I'm just going to sprinkle a little pork panko in there in lieu of the flour. Just for the extra little, as we brown it. We just want to brown the outside before we throw it in the crock pot and get it going. Yeah, so I got a little bit of, I got my trusted Redmond's real salt, sea salt, and some black pepper. Ooh, the oven's ready. I'm also going to use, no, I'm not. I was going to use that on that. Never mind. I'm going to just sprinkle a little pork panko in there. I'm not even trying to coat it. I just want to get just a little bit here and there on it, on the outside. Just a hint. You can see it here. So this is ready, and then when this is ready to go into the crock pot, actually I haven't stirred this yet, but this is bone broth, and it's where is it? I thought I had it out. Unorganized. Hang on. It's just water, and I use this stuff. It's powdered bone broth, and it's pretty good. It's Jarro formulas. It's beef broth. I think I may have had some of my actual homemade bone broth, but I think it's frozen, and I didn't thaw it. So we're just going to use that for the. And that's basically all I put in there. I don't put, I'm not a seasoning guy. Well, I will add some stuff when we get to the bone broth process, because that'll be the second half. I do add stuff to the actual broth. For the bone broth, I'll put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in there, just a touch, and of course my trusty liquid smoke. That'll go in. That'll go in with this too. So anyway, let's get to frying these things up. Yeah. Once I get this over, you'll see. Okay, that's back on the heat. And today I have my trusty little screen thing, because I have a feeling this thing's gonna go crazy. Need extra light? Yeah, that looks good. Okay, here we go. In fact, I forgot my tongs. Okay. I think that's hot. I'm trying to remember how I did this. I'm going to put them on the ends. Well, no, we'll just do it like that. And I hope I can fit these all in there. If we can't, we'll just do it in two sections. There's a big fat one. Check that thing out. It's got the bone in the middle. Actually, we'll fit them all in. Got the two little ones here. So, I'm going to let those get brown. And while we're waiting, let's go back over here. I don't know if you can see this. There we go. I'm using some, I've got this it's smoked salt. And I have a hickory and this is a cherry. I'm going to use the cherry on this. And these bones. These actually have meat on them. I thought they were just bones until I pulled them out because they were in a bag, frozen. But they actually, some of these I could have put in the smoker. Probably would have been good. Alright, these are going to go in the oven. I've got the oven set. I always forget to tell you temperatures and stuff. I got the oven set for on 450, so I'm just going to leave this in there until, well, I'll probably have to turn them at some point. But I'm just going to wait until they're nice and done. Yeah, that's good. Put this in there. And normally, with that big pan, I always line it with something, but the last couple times I tried doing that, the grease from the meat, it would end up on the foil, and then I couldn't dump it because it was on foil, and I lost a lot of precious juice. All right, this thing, stir this. That was 2 scoops of that powdered bone broth in here, and this is 4 cups of water, so I'll probably end up having I'll see Once I get the bones and the meat in there, I'll fill the rest up with water. Another thing I like to add, not that I really need to, but I have a little bit of powdered collagen protein. Sometimes I'll put a scoop or so of this in there too. I'll leave that out. Ooh. Let's bring you back over so you can see. Alright, I'm going to turn these. As you can see, they're kind of getting brown on one side. Oh yeah, it looks good. Check this out. Check out the color on that. Ah, can't see this with light. Let's see that. It's gonna be good. If you've never done oxtail in a slow cooker, man, this will go. Supposed to go around 8 hours or so. But because it's a slow cooker, you don't really have to worry about going too long, I don't think. But this gets to the point where it's just the meat is just falling off the bone and it's like so tender. I hear Smokey's automatic feeder going off again. I guess it's probably time for me to feed her. Alright, I'm going to let these sizzle. I'm going to pause this and feed the cat. Okay, these things have been cooking for a little bit. Here, I'll show you a close-up. See that? So, they're about to come off. I'm going to flip that off. And we're going to transfer it over to the crock pot. Let's see if so we're just going to throw these right down in there. There's a lot of meat on these. Sometimes a couple times I've gotten these a few times, but they're kind of inconsistent. Sometimes they're small. These are nice and juicy, as opposed to crispy. So there we go. We've got the thing. Now all we got to do is wait for that. So while we're going to add the liquid smoke. Just a little bit in there to give it that fake smoke. Oh, that smells good though, man. And I'm going to add a little bit of spice. I should have planned this one out too, but I didn't. Alright, here we go. Let's try these out. I'm going to try, I'm going to put a little bit, you know, the Jarro formulas, bone broth has, you know, it's flavored, so I don't really have to add a whole lot, but I'm gonna put a little bit of this in there. The Redmond's real salt, put what's this called? It's just called organic seasoned salt. And it's for meat. So I'm going to put a little bit of that in there. Yes. We're going to add some garlic. This is roasted garlic. I'm going to add some of that in there because that usually makes it taste good. And this is really it's kind of the only thing I usually add to stuff like this, like the bone broth and meat kind of stuff like this in the crock pot. I like the way it smells. People always recommend, or recipes recommend, they always have you use rosemary, but I don't know, I don't care for that spice myself. It's a little overwhelming. And then chipotle pepper, and I'll just put a little bit of that, not a whole lot. I don't want to get it too crazy. I end up regretting it. All right, well, there's nothing I can do till that's done. So I'm gonna actually add a little bit more water. This is a Berkey filter. I put the water in the top and it filters down through. So I use filtered water from my refrigerator, but then I double filter it through there. So this is what I use like for my coffee and anytime I want to cook something in water, because then this will take out all the impurities. In fact, I think they even claim that it takes out the fluoride and stuff in the water. Because you don't want to be drinking fluoride. It's not good for you. And that is empty. So I'm going to have to get some from the fridge. Well, I'm going to pause this now because basically I'm going to put the lid on, let that go, and I'm going to wait till those other bones get charred. And then I'll pull those out and we'll take it from there. All right, I'm going to pull these pork bones out of the oven just to turn them. They were starting to smoke. Check that out. Fit all that in the crock pot. If not, I can always, I don't know, wing it. Okay, I'm just going to turn these and throw them back in. There's some ribs involved here. I don't know what part this is. This must have been trimmed off of maybe some ribs. But that'll be good in the slow cooker too. I mean, normally I would smoke ribs, but this will be good. So when I make bone broth, I usually use beef. Well, I use pork bones too, but usually they're bare bones, like something that I've cooked that has a leftover bone. This has a lot more meat on it than I'm used to, but I think that won't stop me. That might enhance it. Really turn it into not only bone broth, but another dish. Okay. So I'm just going to let that continue on, and that's going to continue on, and we'll see what happens. I got the fan going, so these are ready to come out of the oven. I am going to turn off the oven. Grab my handy dandy mitts. This out. gonna go in the crock pot, hopefully. Actually, let's bring this around. I got so much junk sitting around. This is actually tomorrow's meal because it's not gonna be done today. So I'm cooking other stuff, but I'm not filming that. I just want to eat. So, grab the tongs. Drop it in there. Yeah, this is gonna be full. I might have to put some of it in now, and then once I get the oxtail out, maybe put the rest in. I don't know if it's gonna fit. It's gonna be an interesting experiment. Everything I do is an experiment. Smaller ones in there. I think that's good. I got 3 that won't fit. Maybe they will. Let me try. This is a long, skinny one. It's like a tiny little rib thing. I don't know where that came from, but it's cute. This might work. It's gonna be a little crowded. We'll see. Set up so I can talk to you. This is the pan that it was in. There's not a whole lot of grease. Not as much as I thought there was gonna be. So, okay. I'm gonna let this this slow cooker go. It's gonna go for, well, all night. Because it's already 6:15. So I will get back with you probably tomorrow. All right. There it is. You know, I can't even remember what time I started this. But it's going to keep on going all night. I'm going to go to bed and turn it off in the morning, and then we'll see what happens. It's about 1:45 right now in the morning. So, it's going nice. Good morning. This is the next day. This has been cooking, I would say maybe 18 hours. So I'm gonna pull the meat out, the chunks out. I'm gonna separate the bones, put the meat in a dish, and then throw the bones back in and let that continue on into bone broth. So I don't even know what kind of meal I'm gonna make yet out of this. Set that there. All right, I'm gonna bring this over. It's still hot. I just turned it off a little while ago. Smells good though. Oh, that's heavy. Let's see if I can lift it without spilling it. There we go. Okay, here we go. We got the trusty tongs. We got our little spoon deal. I don't need that. And see if you can see this. I don't know if I'll be able to hold it up. That spoon on me. See if I can find one. Oh, there's one. Can you see that? The meat is just falling off the bone. So we're going to stick that over there. In fact, some of that just fell off back in there. I hope I can find it. So we have the, that's the oxtail. So I'm trying to find the oxtail first. I'll put these over here because that's what I'm going to eat tonight. This is like the pork. Goes over there. Wow, that's falling off too. Oof, this looks so good. Look at that. I'm a fan of slow cooking. This is a tedious process. Just trying to find everything inside here. Alright, let me. I had the. This way I can sort of find it. It's just bone. I'm not going to pull the bones out because those are going back in anyway. Ah, here we go. That was a big chunk I missed. Okay, I think I got everything. Couple bones. All right. So, let's bring you over here and show you this. All right, this is the that's the pork right there in the front, and then this is the oxtail, and you can see. I mean, look at that. Look how tender that is. It's just falling off. It's gonna be good later. It's a little too early for me to eat. I don't eat until the afternoon. So by then I'll be able to figure out exactly what I'm gonna do with this stuff. Alright, until then. So here we have the meat off the bone in a dish. This side is the pork and this side is the oxtail, the beef. Look how nice that looks. Look at that meat. Oh, can't wait to eat that. Alright.